My daddy knows everything there is to know about going to chiropractic practice. You should listen to him. I always do. Oh, did I wink with my right eye?
Maybe louder. Well, thank you for that wonderful introduction there, Samantha. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Coffee with Dr. Scott on a Friday. It's casual Friday around here, although it's always pretty casual around here. Obviously, I have my beautiful assistant, Samantha, with me. I did mention on the show, was it yesterday, that Champ was in the background, that she is an attention hound. And she happened to catch wind of that, actually. She was told by her brother that I said that, and I didn't even know he was listening. So, here she is, being exactly that today. Anyways, today is the recap show. Fun show for every week. I like to kind of review everything that we went over. So, you okay? Question of the day, which, by the way, we did find out that these are all over her face, and we don't want those, but I couldn't change the thing. So I will get rid of them for you when we get there, because obviously we want to see that face. So, question of the day, what are you watching? Your show, movie, series would you recommend we watch? So, let me get rid of that for us real quick. I'm going to actually chuck it. What are you watching these days? What series are you into that's new to you?
Wizards of Waverly Place.
That's right, you did start with Wizards of Waverly. That's how far down the ladder we are of things that we have already watched. So, Wizards of Waverly Place. How old is that? That's super old.
Yeah.
Your sister, who's now 18, loved that when she was a kid. But it's been certainly a long time since she watched it. So, what do you like about it?
I just think it's really funny, and like they use the magic to make it humor.
Okay, good. As I've told you, I think we had this question a couple weeks ago, and we got into something called Little Fires Everywhere, and it's really frustrating for me because it's not bingeable. They released 2 episodes, and now they're releasing 1 episode at a time, and next week is the season finale, and it's all I can think about. We talked last week about closing open loops, and my wife said something about a TV show, and I'm like, I can't think of anything except for Little Fires Everywhere. I have an open loop in my life, and I don't like it. So next Sunday or Monday, it's over. And I'll be very happy because I can't stand having that open loop. So tell me what your bingeable series, what you're watching, what you recommend we watch. Put that in the comments down below. Also in the comments down below, as my lovely daughter stated in the intro, I know everything there is to know about growing a chiropractic practice. That's not true. I know a few things. We've done pretty well, but I did put together a chiropractor business survival guide for you. It sounds like we're working on opening the country back up, and the whole goal of that chiropractor business survival guide was to help you get through this and strengthen your relationship with your patients and be able to recover quicker. So with us opening back up, that recovery is going to be very, very important. So check that out. Make sure you click that link. Go get that chiropractor business survival guide. Let's see, I'm lost without all my stuff up there, but like I said, I don't like it covering up your face.
Thank you.
So, on Monday this week, we talked about high performance chiropractor secret number 3. It was number 3, which was the suspend disbelief. So, let me get rid of that so we can see my daughter there. And in that show, we talked about the fact that you hold yourself back when you don't believe the results you're going to get. If you knew what that effort was going to get you, I think a lot of people would put more energy into things. Would you agree when it comes to maybe school or even sports, that if you knew the results you're going to get, you'd be willing to put in the effort? But too often we don't believe we're going to get that result, so therefore the effort seems maybe wasted?
Yeah.
Yes. So my advice to you was to suspend that disbelief. Meaning, if you have to doubt anything, don't doubt what you can have. Doubt your limits. Doubt what's going to stop you. Suspend your disbelief altogether and just go for it. Just do those things. And if you do those things, we talked about last week that you can have more than you think you can. I said that Do you believe that there are no limits? That anything is possible?
Yeah.
Oh, trick question. No, anything is not possible, and I've never made you believe that. So anything is not possible, but the things that are possible are so amazing that they're right within your reach that they would blow your mind. So do those things that will help you attain the goal that you want without any disbelief that you can have it. And my belief is that you'll actually go beyond those things. You'll go beyond the things that you were going after in the first place. All right, I see Kenneth, Brian, Hector, Belinda, Carmelo all stopping by. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure you hit that little thumbs up button. Download the Chiropractor Survival Guide and leave me answer to the question of the day, which should still be up on my screen when I do this. There you go. So what are you watching? What's your binge right now? What do you recommend that we watch? Again, that's covering up my beautiful daughter's face, so I need to get rid of that. But on Tuesday, we did another exercise for getting out of the gray zone. What does that mean?
Leaving your comfort zone.
No, almost the opposite. Let's get rid of that. Does Daddy like gray?
Yeah.
I'm wearing orange today. I actually have some color on today. Usually I'm always in charcoal gray, black, some kind of gray. This whole Chiro Launch headquarters is just black and gray. But when it comes to your life, I want you to get out of the gray zone. And we talked about that with the book, The Power of Full Engagement by Jim Loehr and, my God, I lost his name right now. So the Power of Full Engagement just talks about the fact that we go through most of our life in a gray zone. Doing a little bit of everything. Being at school, thinking about basketball. Being at basketball practice, thinking about what you want to do with your friends afterwards. Or playing with your friends when you're supposed to be in a drill. Sorry. Being at the gym and worrying about stuff in your life. Or being at work, thinking about your family. Being at family, thinking about your work. And trying to get you out of that gray zone. Is to look at your priorities. Your most important tasks that you should be working on. And blocking off time for them where you can focus. Hey, Dr. Casey coming through, giving me the thumbs up buttons. Thank you for that, Casey. So getting out of the gray zone means to be fully engaged in the things that you need to be fully engaged in. And to do an exercise where, again, you write some of those things down. What should you be working on? What are your priorities? What are your biggest goals? And if you go back to that suspend disbelief, what are the things that you know you're working towards and putting that committed effort towards it? Now, this is a lot about the fact that multitasking is a myth, which we're going to be talking about in the next couple of weeks. So we know I'm getting ahead of myself, but we can't multitask. It just doesn't work. When you do two things at the same time, neither one of them gets done well. So you need to try to get out of that gray zone. You need to set your priorities, write them down, and then block off time every week where you can be fully engaged in that thing, where you can even set a timer, say, all right, this is my focus for the next hour, and put full engagement into that hour, whether it's work, whether it's the family. If it is the family, obviously, and that hour starts, put your phone away. Tell Google, right, to set a timer. My son, who you might have saw yesterday, loves telling Google to set timers. If he's like, hey, Mommy, when can we play this game? She's like, oh, well, let's play in 20 minutes. He goes, hey, Google, set a timer for 20 minutes. I thought one would be down here. We don't have Google down here. We have Siri down here. So anyways, get out of that gray zone. Make sure we make amazing things in your happen by having full engagement in the things that are the most important to you. Hey, John, I saw you stop by as well and hit that thumbs up button. Thank you for that. And also give me some viewing recommendations, Netflix, Hulu, whatever it is you're watching. Just give me something to watch at night. Put it in the comments down below. Let's see, what number am I on here? Number 7. Sam, we're going to talk about stop the self-sabotage. Do you know what sabotage means?
Yes.
What does it mean?
It means destroy.
Okay, kind of, yeah. So we'll get rid of that. So we're not on your pretty face again. Big gray background, kind of boring. But you're here, so it's not boring. So in Stop Self-Sabotage, we're talking about perfect case acceptance. And we've been getting some great feedback from the perfect case acceptance episodes. And we're still kind of setting it up. We haven't really gotten into the... what to do. We're trying to get rid of, I always do this, right? I always talk about spring cleaning first, to get rid of the things that don't belong before we add something new. The old Bruce Lee quote, hack away at the unessential. It's not about daily increase, it's about daily decrease. So this is something you need to stop doing, which is sabotaging yourself. And that is going for the kill early in a relationship with your patients. I actually had somebody, cheers. I actually had a doctor challenge me about it, saying that it seemed like I was all about sales, and I'm like, it's the opposite. I mean, you do have to sell, but the whole idea here is to not to push. And that's where the self-sabotage comes in. If you go for the kill and you try to overcome objections and you do those things that are a little pushy and you get seen as selling to a patient, you've lost the case. You've lost it. And again, they're going to go somewhere else and get the care that you recommended. You're going to get perfect case acceptance, but not in your office. That patient's going to go somewhere else to get all the care that you recommended from somebody else. So we can't sabotage ourselves in that place. We've got to realize that we have to have the patience we talked about a couple weeks ago. And you've got to meet the patient where they're at. I had a comment about it, about the healthcare, the patient continuum, the patient path, everything from emergency wellness care, I can't see my hands, out to a holistic wellness concept. And the patient is somewhere along that path. And if you meet them there and you take them one step along the game board, and you continually do that, they become your patient for life at however they choose to be, if it's episodic or if it's wellness care. If you meet them where they're at and move them one step along, you've done your job. And over the course of time, assuming you're in practice long enough, you will get perfect case acceptance. You will get them to get all the care that you recommend. It might just not be on your time schedule. It's going to be on their time schedule. And that's the key here. That's what creates a sustainable practice, is a bunch of patients who you meet where they're at, wherever they are on the continuum. You move them one step. They become your patient. They become tied to the practice, and they will get all that. They will all get all of that care. John says he keeps hearing about The Chosen on VidAngel. Do you know what VidAngel is?
Yeah, non-swear words.
Yeah, VidAngel is how we got into Marvel in the first place, because it was PG-13, so I didn't want my kids to watch it. So we watched Captain America, I know, on VidAngel, and that was the week that they got in trouble and got sued and were no longer able to do things the way that they were doing them. So kids loved Captain America. We ended up watching all of the PG-13 Marvel movies.
Without.
Yeah, we kind of got away. There's not that much swearing in there, though. It's okay. Anyways, I got 3 minutes left. We can't go over 15 minutes. I've promised that. So, where am I? You being here has made me change all my screens, and therefore I lose my stuff. Yesterday, we talked about referral mastery, and we talked about cost versus value. So again, in referral mastery, we're talking about the 6 essence components. Do I need to get that off your face?
Yes.
Cost, convenience, cost, convenience, control, comfort, compassion, and competence. The 6 C's of referral essence mastery. So we're starting the talk on cost. And I'm making the point that in order to get referrals, it's all about value and validity. All right? You've got to present value for the cost. If you don't present value, any cost is too high. If you present value, there's no cost that's too high. If you can show the patient for enough value that they think not getting care is actually more expensive than the cost, then you've done your job. So if you can show them the severity of their case, and again, honestly, please don't ever overemphasize what's going to happen, but if you can present that severity honestly to a point that the cost you're presenting, it would actually cost more for them not to get the care, then you've done your job. And validity is all about patients feeling like they're in the right place. Patients seeing other patients happy, busy, coming in and out, showing that you're valid, and in so doing, which can be enhanced, it can be manufactured. There's some instant validity tricks which we will get to, but for the most part, it's just a matter of cluster booking and putting people together. Obviously, this time it's less likely that we're doing that because of social distancing, but you've got to work on that in your practice to if you're not as valid as you want to be, to appear valid to patients, and as you continue to improve that, it'll become more natural. All right, so that is the show. Emily, I see Emily joining us as well. Emily, make sure you tell me what show you're watching. Let me bring that original screen back up. I don't even know what's going on here. Oh, I got rid of them all. So what's your binge show right now? What's your Netflix? What's your Hulu? What are you watching? That's it for today. Friday, we get to chill out for a couple days. We got snow here. I don't know if anybody else got snow, but it's snowed. So we've been playing in the snow all weekend, which is not fun. Coming back on Monday, we get another high-performance chiropractor secret for you. So make sure you come in for that. Hit the likes up button. Download the Chiropractor Survival Guide. Say goodbye, Samantha.